My name is Lux Anderson,
My name is Mo Andres.
My name is Taylor Guy.
and we have decided to research and discuss the growing issue of gender-neutral bathrooms in the United States and specifically in high schools.
Why we need this is because the number of people coming out as transgender or genderqueer is growing, and they need a safe space to go to the bathroom.
For anyone who is unsure of terms, Taylor is going to explain genderqueer, trans, and cis.
Cis is when a person identifies with their assigned sex at birth, and the difference between sex and gender is sex is biological and gender is an identity. Genderqueer is when an individual is questioning their own gender identity, and trans is when an individual identifies as anything except for cis.
So basically, anything that they don't agree with the sex that they were assigned with is their gender identity is trans. It's an umbrella term. Transgender and LGBT people in general are becoming more prevalent in society, in the media, everywhere that you look. So we feel as though now is a good time to address smaller topics such as this to create a more caring and accepting environment in our high school and furthermore in the world.
There are pros and cons to having gender-neutral bathrooms. The pros are that it's very beneficial for having privacy and a safe space for transgender and genderqueer individuals. And the only con is that it might be controversial for those who are less educated on this issue.
One of the main concerns with gender-neutral bathrooms is that cis people may pose as trans people in order to go to the opposite bathroom to assault people, but currently there are no official recorded incidents of this happening in the United States, only false reports.
In our original network plan, we chose 3 sources that we thought were very in tune with the issue and very knowledgeable about the topics. Our first choice was Dr. Judith Butler, who did gender studies and we felt could shine a light on an explanation of what gender is, because a lot of people have misconceptions about gender and sex being the same thing when they're actually different. She never ended up contacting us back. We contacted Stonewall Columbus, who gave us good information. They work with the youth, the LGBT youth in Columbus, and help generally with things in high schools and whatnot. They contacted us for a little while and then we lost contact and they never messaged us back. And finally we messaged the Unitarian Universalist Association, and they messaged us immediately saying, we cannot help you much with this, but we will try to send you to contacts, or we'll forward this email to contacts that can potentially help you, but we never got a response from that either. And their organization we contacted because they had a specific article about trans-neutral bathrooms, and we thought that that was important as a source. We interviewed Maddie Stump, the former high school student who we knew had struggled with this, and she had a lot to say. She said that generally her teachers and fellow students were fairly accepting of her and she felt very supported by them. But she said that the administration was kind of less kind to her. She said that they told her she either had to use the male restroom or one of the 2 bathrooms downstairs. Unfortunately, only one of the bathrooms downstairs is known, which is the nurse's bathroom. She said that she didn't even know about there's a bathroom in the library until about midway through the last semester, and many other genderqueer students or trans students at our school also do not know about that. So that's one of the reasons we wanted the signs, because spreading that there is more than one bathroom is very important, especially if someone in the nurse's bathroom, like a cis student, has to use it and a trans student has nowhere else to go.
An interview with Tiffany Sahoyes, who is the former director of human resources for Fitch in North America, she stated that she thinks that companies who implement gender-neutral bathrooms are forward thinkers and progressive, and that they overall care for the society as a whole and their employees and clients.
One of our main sources is the TED Talk by Ivan Coyote in Vancouver called Why We Need Gender-Neutral Bathrooms. This is the best example of not only explaining why we need gender-neutral bathrooms, but how it can apply, and also it came up with ways that we can create them.
Because the Upper Arlington School District has recently begun getting gender-neutral bathrooms, we decided to interview a couple of students who go there. They seemed to feel that this was generally a more positive thing, or people just didn't know about it. They explained that there were some conflicts with parents in the district, but the school district as a whole seemed to be okay with it.
We met with the high school's principal and discussed with him why this is such an important issue. He had a few concerns about allowing the use of a gender-neutral bathroom, such as people going in and locking the door. We felt that this was more of an excuse than an actual problem, but he's the building leader and his decision is final. However, he did allow us to put up multiple signs that say gender-neutral bathrooms in the nurse and the library bathroom. And he mentioned this being a possibility for next year. The reason that we wanted to hang up gender-neutral signs around our school is to spread awareness about the topic, and we would also like to make the trans and genderqueer population in our school body more comfortable. Normalizing gender neutrality will expose the topic in a positive way to the student body, which will make them more likely to be accepting of our trans and genderqueer students. Many of our genderqueer and trans students in the student body do not feel comfortable going to the restroom, and we believe that they should focus more on their studies than having to worry about the bathroom, which is something everybody has to do. Using the restroom is such a trivial thing that it should not be this big of an issue in the school.
All in all, gender-neutral bathrooms is such an important thing, not only for our community to have, but for the entire world. While we cannot do anything ourselves right now about the rest of the world, we truly hope that changing within our own high school will help to make other students more accepting so that when they go out into the world, it can make a bigger change as well. And not only do we want this to be a big deal for students that would otherwise not think about it or think about it negatively, we also feel that high school is such a hard time for all teenagers, and especially trans and genderqueer teenagers when they're being discriminated against and when they are being excluded or put into a different section than other people and feel weird or different, that it makes it so much harder. And there is such a high rate right now, especially among transgender youths and just LGBT youths in general, that we feel that anything that anyone can do to help them and make them feel safer and more comfortable is an important thing to do, and it's not just some small inconvenience. It's a very major life change to have this. Like, it might, to cis students, it'll just seem like, oh hey, they got their bathrooms, whatever, but to trans students and genderqueer students, this is such a major change. Any impact you can make on anyone's life that is positive and for the better is an impact that we as humans should try to make. We should try to make people's lives easier, not harder.
Thank you for watching our presentation.
We hope that we've informed you and that you've learned why this is an important issue.
Our biggest thing was to let you guys see trans and genderqueer individuals in a more positive light and understand that they are a normal part of society and should be accepted as such. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.